All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to yoga. Happy Saturday. Let's start this morning's class seated. So come into a seat, comfortable cross-legged position somewhere in the middle of your mat. If you have a block and you'd like to sit up on it, feel free to do so, especially if you notice that your knees come up a lot higher than your hips. You can sit on that 4-inch side of the block. Feel free when you come into your seat to move around in any way. If you want to roll the shoulders forward or back a couple of times, maybe tuck that chin, roll it right ear towards that right shoulder, left ear towards that left shoulder. Just gently move around. Whenever you're ready, you can find stillness in your seated posture. You can take your hands, if you want to rest them on your thighs with the palms facing up or down. See if you can draw your elbows back. Get them underneath the shoulders and broaden across your heart and your collarbone just a little bit more. You also place your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly, connecting deeper with your heart rate and your rate of breath. You also let the palms connect, take the thumbs to the sternum, and find Anjali Mudra or heart center. And if not already, close your eyes. Start to shift any thoughts, any attention onto the rhythmic pattern of your breath. See if you can transition it into 3 movements. So breathing deeply into the belly, letting it rise, and into the chest, the ribs, letting them rise, and then into the chest, allowing the chest to rise. And on the exhale, intentionally reversing that. Feeling the air go from the chest, then your ribs, and that belly. See if you can just slow down here, slow down your mind, slow down your breath. Let go of anything that's happened in your morning. And share a reading with you as inspiration for our class. It says, doubt can stem from our wisdom, or it can result from our having a clear perspective on things. When we have doubts, we aren't just believing what we've been told. We're actually applying our intellect and our critical thinking to our life experiences. But excessive self-doubt can be critical. It can undermine our desire and our ability to make choices and take action. It is essential to believe in ourselves. By affirming our own thoughts and ideas, we prevent the self-doubt from immobilizing us. We thrive when we find a balance between listening to our feelings and knowing when to push them aside, assert ourselves, and take action. In yoga, I feel like in life and in yoga, right, we're always working to find a balance, right? We're always working to find a balance between all the different things that we have in our lives, all of our different roles. And even this reading talks about we thrive when we find balance between listening to those misgivings and knowing when to push them aside. And that's a hard skill, right? That's something that we come onto our mat each and every time and we practice that. Right? Knowing when that doubt is a good thing, right? When we use it in a way that helps us, and knowing when that self-doubt becomes crippling, doesn't allow us to do something or move forward or make a choice. Right? It's about all of these things, finding a balance, right? Yoga doesn't ever experience negative things, and that's one of the other things I like about the reading is doubt is real. It's going to happen. We're going to doubt ourselves, right? And sometimes that doubt saves us, right? It helps us from making a decision that really wouldn't have been best for ourselves, and sometimes it prevents us from doing something that we really should for ourselves. But it's just yet another thing that we work to find balance in, right? To start to recognize when that doubt creeps in, how do we know when to listen? How do we know when to affirm our own thoughts, our own ideas? How do we prevent that from immobilizing us? And a lot of that even starts right here on our practice. Sometimes when we come into balancing postures, we doubt ourselves. We doubt our ability to balance that day. We doubt our ability to shift our body into these poses or these motions or these transitions. And we have to recognize that balance between still thriving and trying and not because of that doubt. So maybe somewhere in some of that resonates with you this morning. As we enter the practice today, you feel any of that self-doubt coming into the mind, that inner voice. Work to find that balance between listening to it and pushing it aside. You know, you're always more than welcome to set any other intention that you'd like or you need from the class today. And then together we're going to take 2 rounds of deep breaths. Let's empty the air from the lungs. And with the lips sealed, get the strongest breath of this morning. Breathe in through that belly, through the ribs, through the chest. Get to the top, open the mouth, and audibly sigh. Exhale that air out. Nice. Let's do it again. Feel the lips. Get that deep breath. You'll feel that belly lift. You'll feel the ribs lift, the chest lift. Open the mouth. Exhale. Feel it. Let go. Excellent. Feel the lips and see if you can breathe in and out through the nose with that same forcefulness. See if you can hear your own breath, your inhales, your exhales. Nice. When you're ready, sweep the arms out and then up overhead. Ground through your sit bones, through whatever part of your body is touching your mat, and then lift up through the crown of the head, through your fingertips. Okay. But on the next in-breath, take the arms straight out in front of you. Pull the shoulders onto your back, pull your navel into your spine. Good job. On the exhale, twist to the right. Sweep the right arm back and the left arm forward. You're reaching equally forward and back. Pinch your shoulder blades closer together. Spread your fingers. Good. We're going to come back through center. On the inhale, bring the arms back out in front of you. Shoulders on the back. And on the exhale, twist left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Keeping the shoulders over the hips, not leaning forward or back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting open to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Opening the heart. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twisting, opening to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we're going to twist open to right and stay there. So if you'd like to drop the right hand down to the mat and close to you, and your left hand outside of your right thigh, feel free to do so. Walk it in. Good. So that right hand stays in close so that we stay long in the spine. The belly pulls in to protect the low back. And then the left hand is the leverage to take the twist deeper if you'd like, rolling that inner shoulder back and shifting the gaze back. Excellent. One more breath in this twist. Come back through center on the inhale. Arms will go out. Exhale will go to the left. Open up nice and wide and then take it further if you want. Left hand drops down and right hand goes outside. Nice. One more breath right here. Come through center on the inhale. Reach the arms out and up. You can let the palms touch. Bring the hands to your heart if you'd like. Maybe the thumbs between the eyebrow or the sternum. Close your eyes, tuck your chin. Spend another cycle, a breath or two, checking in with yourself. Preparing for the practice, focusing on that intention. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in a table. Shift forward, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. From here, let's take a couple rounds of cow and cat, just opening up the core and the spine. So go ahead and drop the belly down and gaze up. And exhale and round, tuck your chin and press your mat away. Good, inhale, go ahead and arch, lifting through the back of the heart. Exhaling and rounding, tucking and pressing away. Take about 2 more rounds. After that last round, pause in your flat back. And we'll step the right foot forward in between the hands. We're going to work a low lunge here. So the hips are going to stay over the left knee to start. Top of that left foot's flat. You're going to walk your hands up your right thigh. Hips are going to still be over that left knee so we can set it up, especially at the start of class, right? Tuck your tail and square your hips. Pull your right hip back. Put a lot of energy under your right heel on top of your left foot, especially that left foot to keep pressure off that left kneecap. Then use your breath. Your exhale takes your hips as forward and as down as you want. You notice tension in the front of that left hip, back out of the lunge. If you notice your right knee comes past your right toes, widen your stance from front to back, especially if you feel that right heel lifting. And then when you feel like you've got the legs, use an in-breath to sweep your arms nice, wide range of motion, out and up. Get those shoulders. Beautiful. From here, we're going to side stretch. You're going to take the right hand to the right hip. You're going to get even longer. And on the exhale, you'll reach up and over to the right. Spiral that left rib and left inner shoulder back. Yeah, you can release that right hand to dangle down or touch the mat or touch a block. Just make sure you don't roll the chest forward. Good. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, take them down and frame the right foot. We're going to half split. So you're going to push the hips back over the left knee. Prop up onto the right heel. Yeah, frame the right foot with the hands. Push under the ball of the right big toe. Pull your chest through your arms. Roll the head to the shoulders back. And then fold over that leg as best you can. You can keep the gaze, the chin pointed at the big toe. Elbows in tight. So they're pressing back rather than splaying out. Awesome. Start to go back to your low lunge. Start to bend back into the front knee, keeping that right foot planted. We're going to twist this out. So your left hand to the mat or to a block. Reach the crown of the head forward, then twist open to the right. From here, we're going to lift the back leg. You're going to curl the left toes, pick up the left leg. You'll notice how that'll shift the right knee over the right heel. If it doesn't, push that right knee back. Good. Pick that left heel up over the left toe. So you can lean your torso back. Maybe just. All right, nice. On the exhale, ground your right hand. Feel the energy under that right heel. Firm up your legs. Make sure that right hip's back, and let's rise up to a high lunge. Shoulders will back up over the hips when you get here. This is another time we scan the body. So if there's tension in the front of the left hip or in your low back, we change the stance. We pick up the back heel over the toes, and then we either bend slightly deep that back leg, whatever helps it feel better, right? So there should always, we don't ever want to feel pain, right? So if anything feels uncomfortable, let's adjust. Turn your pinkies and your thumbs out. Reach higher, yeah, through the back to your shoulders. Nice job, nice adjustment. Beautiful. We're going to open our heart. So you choose. You can flip the palms in cactus bend. You can interlace. You can just take the fingers up and back. Opening the heart, keeping the integrity of the leg. Great work. Use your next inhale to find a neutral spine. Take the arms back up overhead. On the exhale, hands are going down inside the right foot. Pause here. Take that right foot and work the right edge of the foot towards the edge of the mat. You can turn the toes out to face the right corner of the mat. Right foot. There you go. We're going to stay active in our lizard lunge for a moment. Stay up high on your left toes, firm up your left leg. Push into both palms equally. You want to stay and hold, feel free. You want some movement, maybe take some hip circles. Maybe rock forward and back. We're going to take a couple breaths, and then we'll release the back leg down. If you want to take it down already, go for it. Nice. On the next exhale, let's let that left knee come down, top of the left foot come flat. You'll notice your hips can come a little more forward and down. And then either both hands stay or forearms stay, or you can traction open your own hip by taking your right hand inside your right thigh. Press it away, maybe shifting onto the outside edge of that right foot. That left leg shimmies back. Left leg up. Again, if you want to move into a quad stretch or a shoulder opener, feel free. Good. You have your back legs, gently release it. Pushing back into your palms wherever you are. We're going to take this into a malasana squat. So your left toes are going to curl. You can shorten your stance to shorten the jump. And then step that left foot outside of that left hand and squat it down. But tailbone goes straight down and the chest lifts. So we try to avoid rounding forward here. Roll the heads of the shoulders back. Take the back of it, lift through the back of the heart. Pull the pelvic floor in. Ground equally through both sides of the feet. Sometimes you have a tendency to let the weight fall inward. You can press it out yourself or use your elbows to keep the weight towards the outside edges of the feet. Heels can also be lifted. You could also sit on a block. We're going to plant the hands, lift the hips just halfway. Give yourself enough space to bring your right knee down to the mat, top of the right foot flat. And then you're going to kick the left foot out. Stay on your hands. The inside arch of your left foot should be in line with the inside edge of that right knee. Your left foot should be completely flat. Your toes should face forward or ever so slightly turned out. Walk your hands forward so your knee is parallel to the mat and your hands are under your shoulders. Lengthen through the crown of the head on the inhale, ground the right hand, exhale, and twist. If you want more, left hand can come to the low back, that right thigh, right hip. If you have the bind, bring that arm back up, exhale, release it down. Walk the hands in, take the hands to the hips and rise. Good, sweep the arms out and then up. Second side stretch, left hand to the hip or to the leg. Reach up to the right fingers, exhale, go up and over. Opposite direction. Right rib and right inner shoulder back. Nice. Inhale up through center. Exhale, take the hands down. Step the left knee to meet the right. Keep the hands under the shoulders. Step one foot back, followed by the other. Top of a push-up. Heels shift over toes. Shoulders are over wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Gaze is at top edge. Find the space between your ribs and the hips. Fire it up. Pull it closer together. Activate that core. Rock forward on the toes. Use the next exhale to go down. However you want. Okay, forehead to the mat, arms to the back of the room. flip your hands so your palms are pressing down into the mat. Good. Then crawl your fingers away from you so you can roll those shoulders down and away. Push into the palms, push into the tops of the feet. And on the inhale, lift your chest, your head, and your ribs. Excellent. Even come up just a little bit higher. Push into those hands. Exhale, forehead down to the mat. The arms. Go ahead. Push into the palms. Back, lift the chest, the head, the ribs. If you want, pick up the arms and lift the ribs just even a little bit more. Excellent. Let go. Child's pose. Hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Great job. Two more breaths on second side. Into your table. On your inhale, step your left foot forward in between the hands. We're going to take as much time to come into this side as we did on the other. Gently walk your hands up the right thigh. Hips are over the right knee. Tuck your tailbone, square up. Okay, then use your breath. On your exhale, shift forward and down, and on your inhale, sweep your arms up. Good. Find that length, ground through the top of the right foot, push into that left heel. And then release the left hand to the left hip, reach and lengthen more through those right fingers, and then go up and over. Take your chin away from your chest, make space. Roll your right rib and right inner shoulder back, match what you did on the other side. Good. Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands down and frame the left foot. Push the hips back over the right knee. Straighten out the left leg. Come onto the left heel. Good. And then push under the bottom of the left big toe. Frame your left foot. Pull your chest through your arms. And then fold over your leg. Nice. One more breath. We'll shift back into low lunge legs. Keep the hands framing the left foot. Good. Ground your right hand, lengthen through your crown of the head, and twist open to the left. That right shoulder comes down and away as much as roll up and back. Yep, then we're going to start to curl those right toes and pick up that right leg. And you'll notice how that'll bring that left knee back over the left heel rather than closer to the toes. Good job. Right heel lifts over right toes. Back leg is as firm as it can be. Awesome. On your exhale, take that left hand down. And then when you're ready, ground your feet and rise up for your high lunge. Any shifts, any adjustments in the legs. I always strongly encourage picking up that back heel as much as you can and then either bending or straightening, right? So there's no extra stress in the front of that right hip. When you're ready, we'll go into the back bend. You'll lengthen on your inhale. You'll match it from the other side. If you're going to interlace your fingers, maybe opposite thumb comes on top here. Keep the integrity of those legs. Awesome. Exhale, take your hands inside that left foot, heel toe the edge to the edge of the mat, and maybe turn the toes out slightly. This is your active lizard here. So you're gazing at the top edge of your mat. You're firming that right leg. Maybe you're making hip circles in the opposite direction. Maybe you're rocking forward and back. Maybe you're finding firmness and you're grounding equally through your palms. And when you're ready, use an exhale to release that right knee down, top of the right foot flat. Take the hips even a tiny touch more forward and down. And then if you tractioned open your own hip or took any other variation, feel free to do it here. Just like in that Malasana squat, we want to avoid rounding the chest forward. So lift through the back of the heart, roll the heads of the shoulders back. Awesome. If you're taking it somewhere else, release it, and we'll meet in our Malasana. Nice pelvic floors in. This Malasana, we're going to twist. Your right arm will go out to the right, palm will plant, fingers will point to the right, so it's inside your right thigh. Good. And as you press the inner thigh of that right side into that right arm, make sure you're pushing into your tricep rather than your elbow. No extra stress on that elbow joint, okay? Pelvic floors and bellies in, and then inhale that. Take it back and behind you, the small of your. Wrap the right arm around and reach for the fingers. You've got the bind, open up your twist. Use an exhale to take your left hand down. We'll switch it out. Left arm goes out, fingers to the left, right arm sweeps up. And match the same thing you did here. Again, always avoiding that elbow, pushing into the triceps. You have the bind, straightening out the right arm, and then releasing, planting the hands, picking up the hips halfway, and then grounding your left knee. Bring your left knee down, left foot directly behind the knee, right leg kicks out. Stay on your hands. Right leg kicks out to the right for a deep pose. Okay, let's check it out. Inner arch of the right foot to the inside of the left knee, right foot flat, toes forward or turned out slightly. Okay, let's twist. Left hand plants, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist towards your extended leg. Right arm can come to the small of your back. Can come to that left hip, left thigh. Awesome. Let's release it. Walk the hands in. Take the hands to the hips and rise up. Good. Inhale the arms out and then up. Take the right hand to the hip or down the leg. Lengthen through the left fingers and then reach up and over. Breathe into that side body, pulling the chin away from the chest. Come up through center on the inhale. Release the hands down. Right knee meets left. Hand back. High plank. Good. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower down. You can go all at once. You can go knees, then chest, then chin. Forehead to the mat, arms to the back of the room. Flip your hands. Press the palms into the floor. Crawl the fingers away. Push into the palms. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest ahead, the ribs. If you want, pick up your arms and lift your ribs just a little bit more. And then lower down. One more set. Push into the palms. Lift the chest ahead, the ribs. Lift the arms. Lift the legs. Balance on the pelvis. Feel the thighs lift away as the ribs lift away. Nice. One more breath. And then gently let go. Child's pose. Hips to the heels. Forehead to the mat. All right, one more breath. Tabletop position. Walk the hands forward, curl your toes. Our first down dog. Nice upside down letter V. You can shift around for this first one any way that feels good. I'm going to start this off with a flow. So after your exhale, step or jump the feet to your hands. The feet will be hip distance when you arrive at the top edge. Straight legs, half lift for a monkey. Hands to the shins, the mat, or your block. Good. Hips come forward over knees and ankles. Nice job. Inner thigh spiral. Exhale and fold. Root down and rise. Come to stand. Sweep your arms out and then up. Exhale, we'll take them to our heart. Stay for the inhale. Release the hands on the exhale. Sweep them out and up on the inhale. And then use a full exhale to go all the way down over the leg. Bring the weight forward in the ball mounts and half lift, heart forward. Exhale, fold, plant, step or jump back into your high plank. Rock forward on the toes and lower down however you'd like. Slide your hands back and prepare for a cobra. If you'd like a different variation of cobra. So your hands are your shoulder heads, fingers to the front of the room. There we go. And then slide them back in line with your low ribs, okay, for your full cobra. There you go. Push into the palms and rise. Excellent. Come up as high as you want. Very good. We're going back up to down dog. You can go right from here by curling your toes, firing up your core and your pelvic floor rather than the low back, or you can lower down and reverse table or reverse plank, however you want. Good. Inhale the right leg up and back. Right knee into the nose or the chest. Tuck your chin, round your spine, shift up high on your left toes. Great job. Inhale that right leg up and back one more time. Bring it into your chest or your nose. Tuck, very cat pose. Inhale up and back. Exhale, step it forward and through. If it doesn't get there on its own, help it. Shift it, move it. Runners. Good. Right hip back. When you're ready, rise up. Take the arms out and then up. Arms will go straight out in front of you. Shoulders will plug. Exhale, twist open to the right. You practice exalted warrior. Right hand can go to that left side, left leg. You can reach the left arm up. You can shift the gaze towards the left fingers, but if that shifts your balance, keep the gaze to the right. Rise up, or take the arms up on the inhale. Take the hands to your heart. Okay. Deep bend in the left knee. Right, look where you want to go. We're going to step up onto that right leg for a one-legged. Bring the left knee up in line with the left hip. You can always shorten the stance and then step onto that right leg. No big deal. Hug muscle to bone. Knee and hip in one line, knee and ankle in one line. And then I want you to lift that left knee as high as you can into your chest and then cross it over your right thigh for a flying pigeon, standing pigeon, whatever you want to call it, figure four. Bend at that right leg. Feel that hinge at your hips, like as if you would be in chair pose. Energy under that right heel. Flex your left foot a lot. If you want to take this somewhere else, right, just like in our lizard, how we traction open our own hip, you can take your right hand to the edge of the foot. You could also let the forearms rest. You could also let the fingers dangle down to the mat or to a block. Inhale up through center. Extend the arms from your one leg and we'll twist. Anybody picked up on all the twists yet? Yes, no? Good. If you practice a straight leg variation, you can reach for the big toe or the edge. So we're twisting to the left. You're always twisting towards that bent leg. Good. Come back through center on the inhale. That left ankle is going right back over that right thigh. And we're going to see if we can take the left elbow to the inside of that. You can take it to the inside of the right foot. We're in a totally different posture. See if you can find that twist. Good. Come back up through center on the inhale. Large step back with your left into your high lunge. Good. You're fine. One more breath. Take your hands down and frame your right foot. Bend into your left leg, step onto your right. Take your left leg straight back and behind you. Pick it up. Hands to the mat or to block. Okay, hips are close. Press actively out through that left heel. Hug muscle to bone of that right leg. Left hand to the mat or to a block. Right hand, right hip. Lengthen your spine on your inhale. Twist open to the right as you exhale for your revolve half moon. Energy under right leg to ground you. Through left heel to lengthen. Plant through that left hand again to ground you and reach up through the right fingers. One more breath. Then everything lets go when you ragdoll at the top edge of your mat. We're bringing out all those organs this morning, right? We're twisting, we're getting everything, all those toxins, all that doubt, all that negativity. We're just twisting it right out. You can come down for a ball pose if you'd like. Bring the legs together, pick up the heels. You can wrap your arms around your legs if you want. Give yourself a hug. You can plant your hands to the mat or to a block. And let those shoulders just melt. I'm going to cue a flow here. If you want it, take it, and if you don't, don't. So you can plant your hands and lift your hips, lower your heels. Halfway lift on the inhale, exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step or jump back to a high plank. If you don't want to go any further, just meet us in down dog. Rock forward on the toes, lower down. You can come halfway, you can come all the way. Find your back bend. Maybe it's up dog with your thighs lifted. Maybe it's cobra. Maybe it's something else. You're going up to down dog. Use the core and the pelvic floor. Don't dump into the low back. Pull that all in to lift those hips. Nice. Take about 2 cycles of breath in that down dog, and then we'll go into the other side. All right. Left leg up back on your next inhale. Bring it into the nose or the chest. Round. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, do it again. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step it forward and through. Find your runners. And then rise when you're ready. Adjust your stance. Take your arms straight out in front of you. Draw the shoulders on the back. Twist to the left. You took the exalted. Come back up through center. Take the hands to your heart. Bend deeply into that right knee so we can step onto that left leg. Again, you need to step the right leg in and then step up. Totally fine. Balance. Find your gazing point. Fire up your core so you don't lean back or forward. And then bring that right knee in as high to your chest as you can, and then cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Sit into your figure four. Maybe just tractioning open the hip on this side. Maybe letting the forearms rest. Maybe just breathing into it. Sending the breath into that right side of the body. Good. Use your next inhale to rise back up to your one-legged. Ground and firm your left leg. Extend your arms out in front of you. Twist open to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Right? If you practice a different variation, left hand can come outside the right leg for leverage like we did in our seat. Reach for big toe or edge of the foot and extend leg. You're going to come back through center on the inhale, palms connect, cross right ankle over left thigh, and see if you can twist right elbow into crook of that right foot. Maybe just see what's available. See how far you can rotate the torso to the left. Maybe that elbow doesn't get to the inside of the foot. Oh, well. Maybe just see what's there. Putting it together. And when you're done, we'll unwind and step back into our high lunge. Take a couple breaths. Nice job. On the exhale, hands frame that left foot. We're going to bend into the right leg so we can step up onto the left. Let's make sure the hips are closed. Okay, your right pinky toe should point straight down. You should be pushing the sole of your right foot to the back of the room. Okay, ground your left leg, hug muscle to bone. Right hand to mat or to a block, left hand, left hip. Find your length and twist. So it's hard to straighten the leg and touch the floor in any of these postures. It's usually a good sign to put your hand to a block. Give yourself the space to straighten out your leg, especially because this is our root, right? This is our foundation. This is where we're grounding up from. Nice. Take a breath. Then you can release to a ragdoll. You can come down into your ball pose if you'd like, and if you want to transition the ball pose into any balancing posture, you can. Maybe legs stay together, thighs work parallel, and hands come to the heart, hips are on the heels. Maybe legs start to open up to balancing butterfly. You can take any variation you want to just stay in your rounded position, totally fine too. From here, if you want to take a seat for a moment, we're not done standing. I'm just letting you pause in a seat for a second, okay? Little towel off, little water. You want to go into a child's pose. You got a little bit left of standing to go. Okay, about another breath. We're going to meet back in a down dog. So however you want to get there. You want to roll into a table, walk the hands forward, curl the toes and lift the hips. You want to take a quick flow, open up your heart, push up into your down dog. You decide. All right. From the down dog to the left, we're going to take a side plank, a Vashisthasana. You're going to rotate onto that left hand, edge of your left foot. Okay, you can stack or stagger your feet. You're going to pull your belly in. You're going to ground through your left palm. You're going to lift your hips, reach up through your right. Take any variation. Maybe you want to pick up your right leg. Maybe you want to open up the hips into a tree pose. Maybe you want to take your left knee down and come back to that gate pose that we did earlier at the start of class. Any's fine. For 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to meet in a three-legged dog with the right leg up. So if you want to keep it lifted for the transition, go for it, or bring it up when you get there. Right foot steps forward in between the hands. Find your runners. Good. When you're ready, rise up. Let the palms connect at your heart. Start to work the torso forward over the right thigh. Start to open up to the twist. Left elbow outside of right thigh. This twist is not available to you. Plant your left hand, mat or block, right arm up to the sky, or maybe even just elbow inside that right thigh. Again, just like in that flying pigeon, what twist is there? Maybe back leg's a little firmer, heels a little higher. Unwind this into warrior 2. Yeah, move to the left. Take an inhale. Should feel good, right? Open up the hips, the torso to the left side of the room. Spiral the left hip back and down. Pull the left hip back and down so that it's even with the right? So that one hip's not kicking up higher than the other. Pull this back and down. We gaze over the right fingers. Keep everything in your legs. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Keep your right heel. If you lose that in the side stretch, come back to it. Hands are coming down. We're framing. So this will transition into a full half moon. You can take both hands down for the transition. You can take just one hand down for the transition. That'd be the right hand. Your hips are already set up for how they're going to be for half moon. You want to shorten this stance. You can walk the left foot in, but keep the left toes turned out. Walk your right hand 6-8 inches in front of your right foot. Step onto that right leg. Firm up the right leg. Stack left hip over right. Press out through the left heel. Flex the left toes, and then maybe open the torso up. And again, same rule applies here. If the standing leg is bending, maybe right hand to a block. Give yourself the space to straighten the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold at the top edge of your mat. Close off your hips. Halfway lift, heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root down and rise. Come to stand. Take the hands to the heart. We're going to finish with one last balancing pose at the top edge of your mat. You choose. So you're going to pick up your left leg. Your right leg's going to ground. We're going to pick up the left. You can open up for a tree pose, for Virasana, if that's a part of your practice, just making sure you're not pushing into the knee joint, going above or below. You can reach for the big toe and open up for a standing big toe. Okay? Right arm can open up. You can work just right leg straight out in front, left leg, straight out in front of you. Or even just work gripping the big toe or the edge of the foot into your chest and finding balance there. You even want to go back to your flying pigeon and work that twist or a different variation or the balancing version of that. Totally fine. I want you to spend 2 or 3 more cycles of breath in your balance and then release to stand, hands to heart, eyes closed. Beautiful. Nice job, you guys. Sit with yourself, sit with that intention. Finding balance, right? Finding balance of knowing when to listen and knowing when to push aside. Not easy. You have one more opportunity to flow in between sides, and if you want to, you can. So take that whenever you're ready. We're going to start in down dog together. So if you take the flow, take it, and if you don't, but we'll meet in down dog so we can take our side plank together. Great job. We're almost there. To the right side, right hand, right leg. Match your side plank. Pull your navel in, lift your hips. So we're not crunching into that right side body, right? It should be super long after all that lengthening, all that twisting. Match what you did on the other side. You take that right knee down, take it down. You three legs, avoid the knee, right? You pick up the left leg. 5, 4, 3. Consider can come up when you get there. Forward in between the hands. When you have your runners, use your breath to rise up. Connect the palms, take them to your heart. Work the torso over the left thigh, twist towards the left. See if you can pull the right rib down and the left rib up and back like you're leaning up against someone or something. And then on your next in-breath, unwind everything to for your warrior 2. As you open up, your right hip will drop back and down. It'll sit even with your left. Front knee over, front heel. Keep everything from your belly button on down, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. If you've noticed you've lost the front knee, bend back and do a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Nice job. Nice. Come back to your warrior two stance, prepping that Ardha Chandrasana, that half moon. So either left hand down by the left foot or both hands down. Either keep the length in the stance or shorten the stance. Walk the left out in front of that left foot. Think about your left thumb and your left pinky toe being in line, just that 6-8 inches separation. Left hand on the mat or on a block as you open up the right side of the body. Firm your left leg, hug muscle to bone, because that's your foundation, right? Awesome. Hold 2 more breaths. If you fall out, you come back. After that second exhale, let everything go to a forward fold at the top edge. Close off your hips. We'll half lift, and then let go, and then rise to stand. Round yourself, and then prep for your balancing posture on this side. The left leg is the root, the right leg is what lifts. And then you can open up for your tree, you can open up for your flying pigeon, you can extend your leg. When you're done, you're done. Let it go, take a seat. Now we really get to commit to the seat, right? Towel off, water. We know we're not getting back up for a couple minutes, right? Go for it. You can go onto your back when you're ready. Head towards the back, feet towards the front. We're going to start with a 20-second air chair. So you're going to bring your knees to shelf. You're going to take your hands to the tops of your thighs. When the time starts, you're going to roll to the tops of your thighs. You're going to roll your shoulders up, okay? And you're going to fire up that space between the ribs and the hips. And you're going to push hands into thighs and thighs back into hands. Okay, it's your own opposing energy. 20 seconds starts right now. Try to still keep that space between your chin and your chest, right? So there's no constriction of our breath. Really tighten those abdominals. Hands in the thighs, thighs back into hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Good. Take the knees back to shelf. We're going 20 seconds of yogi bicycles. You're going to go side to side, okay? 20 seconds starts right now. As you twist, see if both shoulders can lift. Good. Extend opposite leg and try not to bring the knees past the hips as you go side to side. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Okay, we're going to add on. We're taking a 25-second air chair. Knees to shelf, hands to the tops of the thighs. Roll up and hold. 25 seconds starts now. Hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Open mouth exhale if you need to. Pull that space between the ribs and the hips. Isolate it, right? And hold it there. Contract that muscle. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Okay, same thing goes. 25 seconds of your yogi bicycles. Time starts now. We're isolating that movement in the obliques, right? So feeling that crunch on that side body. And if you have to take the legs out, take them out and just work the shoulders. Work side to side. That's what we're getting into, right? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's so much more fun when you actually time it, right? Instead of yogi seconds. Okay, we're going one more set. We're adding 5 more seconds to both of them. Okay, open the mouth if you need to. Stop if you need to. Okay, back to your chair. It's just that hold, right? Isometrically hold. 30 seconds starts now. Hands to the thighs and thighs into hands, and we breathe. Make sure you're softening the muscles of your face. Relax them, okay? Push hands to the thighs and thighs into hands. Close your eyes if you need to. Find that space. Fire it up. Doing great. Keep breathing. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's all I live for, writing for, is when the teacher starts counting down, right? So I'm like, how much longer? All right, 30 seconds of yogi bicycles. You ready? Your 30 seconds starts right now. Side to side, side to side. And again, if the legs are too much, they're too much, right? And it doesn't matter how many reps you do. It doesn't matter how fast you go, right? It's about isolating that movement into our side abdominals, right? Firing up those obliques. All right, we're down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. I want you to give yourself a well-deserved full body stretch. All right, let's bring the knees in. Take the right knee and leave it there. Extend the left leg straight out in front of you. Keep the hands interlaced on the right shin just below the knee. Good. Flex out through both feet. Take that right knee and wrap it around your hip and around your rib and pull it towards your shoulder. Work into that hip flexor while still pressing that left heel to the front of the room for that groin. I want you to keep the left hand on the leg. Take the right hand out to the right for some stability. And just use that left hand. Take that leg just a couple inches across the body, right? Maybe we don't open up into a full twist. Maybe after all the twisting today, your low back is really open and you want to take that right leg further across the body. You can. I just want you to be mindful of your right shoulder. Make sure that's never lifting away from the mat. And there shouldn't be any pain in your low back, okay? So any pain, back out. Right shoulder starts to lift, back out. Nice. Right leg comes back to center. I want you to keep that right knee outside of the hip and the rib, though. Bring the left to meet it, and we're going to a happy baby. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Split the knees wider than the hips and the ribs. Reach for big toes or edge of feet. Good. So very important in happy baby is to keep the low back rounded, right? Oftentimes we'll sacrifice our alignment to get deeper into the posture. So if you've reached for your toes or your feet, but your low back isn't grounded, shift your hands. Take them to your ankles, take them to your shins, take them behind your knees. On that low back again and protect your SI joint, your sacroiliac joint. All right, knees come into chest when you're ready. Left stays and right leg extends and lowers down. Flex out through both feet. Interlace those fingers on the left shin and take it around the hip and around the rib and pull it in towards your shoulder and your armpit. Keep the right hand where it is. Open up the left to the left. Push the palm down into the mat. Use that right hand on the outside of the left thigh to find your twist. Ground your left shoulder. Watch your low back. Your gaze can shift up into the left. Great. Unwind this twist. Start with knees in. So bring the left knee into the chest. Bring the right knee into the chest. Both knees can be directly into your chest. Good. And then plant the feet down, setting up a bridge pose. Take the arms down alongside the body. See if you can just touch the backs of the heels. If you want to open up into a full wheel, totally fine here too. Okay? Feet hip distance apart in line with the hip bone. They're slightly in, right? Ground your heels, lift your hips, lift your abdomen, lift your chest. Maybe a shoulder goes underneath you, followed by the other. Maybe you're able to interlace your hands below your body. Let your knees play out. Keep them over the heels, and on your next exhale, lower everything down. Nice. After another breath, we're going to meet in a seat. You decide how you want to get there. So you can roll over into a fetal position for a couple of breaths. You can rock yourself up, press yourself up into a seat, whatever works for you. When you come up, we're going to take a wide-legged stance here. We're going to start with a side body stretch. Okay, so you're going to take your forearm inside your right thigh. You can also place it on a block, right? So if you're coming down and you're collapsing a lot and rolling a lot forward, closing off your chest, take your hand to a block, okay? Because this is our leverage to open up our left side body, right? So your right forearm to the mat or to your left side body, and then take that left arm straight across. Ear and bicep in one line. Really into that side body, lengthening out. Excellent. Maybe those fingers reach the big toe. Maybe they don't. Excellent. Let's come up through center. Let's switch it out. Take that left forearm inside. Get your leverage first, okay? Open up. Pull your right rib and inner shoulder back, and then drop right arm across the body. Excellent. Come up through center on the inhale. Let's take the hands to the heart. Keep your right leg where it is. Bring the sole of the left foot in. Again, you can shift the weight forward, move some of that extra muscle, flex the right foot, pull the belly in, reach the arms up, turn to face the right leg. A little more into your shoulders when we fold down. Your left hand can come outside of your right leg, and your right arm can plant behind you, or both arms can just frame that right foot, whatever you want. You'll come back to center, take the arms up and over, and then the left hand's going to come back and behind us. You're going to use that to shift the weight forward into the left shin. Right foot comes flat, hips lift, and right arm goes overhead. Let that go on your exhale. Switch out the legs. Left leg out and right leg in. Inhale the arms. Turn the torso. Maybe right hand outside and left arm back. Maybe both hands frame the left leg. Rise back up on the inhale. Take your right hand back and behind you. You're going to push into that right hand, lift the hips, and sweep the left arm over. And then lower down on your next exhale. Take the legs straight out in front of you. Actually, you know what? Let's cross at the ankles. Let's come forward for a second onto the belly so we can just do some release in the core before we go onto the back, okay? We'll take a couple Sphinx poses. Man, my mind stinks. Losing my train of thought. Forearms come onto the mat, elbows underneath the shoulders, tops of feet are flat. Let's pull the chest through the arms. Let's stretch all that out, right? Find some space between the ribs and the hips. Let's take another breath. Lower down. We'll take one more set. So the forearms are parallel, right? The elbows are right under your shoulders. And then we'll pull the chest through the arms. If you practice the steel pose, you can turn your hands out slightly and straighten out your arms and go a little bit deeper. Sometimes that creates more tension in our low back. So if it causes any pain, let go. Come back to your forearm. And then let go. From here, we'll press up into a table. We'll take a melting heart pose. Extend the arms. Drop ears and biceps in one line. You're opening that low back, chest, chin, or forehead down. Hips are lifted over the knees. And we breathe into the shoulders. Take about 2 more deep breaths. And then walk the hands in. Shift the hips to one side, and now we'll shift onto the back. Legs will extend out in front. You'll lower down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Let's take the legs in, plant the feet. We'll take a little supine pigeon here into a supine pigeon twist. So you're going to cross right ankle over left thigh. Pick up the legs. And keep the arms down alongside the body if you'd like. Or actually, let's take them out wide for the twist. Take them out so the wrists are in line with the shoulders. If you want to just stay in your supine pigeon and stretch that, you're totally fine. If you want to shift into the twist, you're going to let the legs fall to the left side until the sole of the right foot touches down. And there's a lot of variations when you get into this twist, right? So you could use your right hand to push your thigh away. You could use your right hand to draw your right thigh in. You could take your left hand to your right toes and your right hand to your right toes, left toes. It would be this hand to those toes. Yeah. Even slide like that. Exactly. There you go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I want you to take wherever you are with this 2 more breaths. And completely unwind to center, knees into chest. And then we'll switch. Left ankle crosses, right thigh. And either is supine pigeon where you're stretching and extending, or hands are interlacing, or elbows pushing away. If you want to shift into the twist, arms come out wide, palms plant, and feet fall to the right. So the left foot touches down. And that right hand can push that left thigh away. It can pull it in. You'll feel and notice different stretches there. You could take left hand, reach around for those right toes, right hand to the left toes. Let's take 2 more breaths. After that second exhale, unwind. Take knees into chest wherever you are. Before we release into Shavasana, I just want to ask if you guys can please place your blocks on the pink mat that's next to the bookshelf. I would greatly appreciate that. And then if you want, you can wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a hug. Your forehead can come up to your knees. And when you're ready, you can find your Shavasana. Let your legs go. Let your toes fall. Arms can go anywhere. They can go alongside the body. They can go up overhead. You could bring that left hand back to the heart and the right hand back to the belly. I used to have a yoga teacher who would say, everything before this is for this. Everything you just did for the last 75 minutes is for this moment right here. There are a lot of things that we do on our yoga mat, wherever we're practicing, that we don't often do as part of our regular routine, right? We don't sit with ourselves. We don't close our eyes for an extended period of time. We don't close ourselves off from the distractions of the cell phones and the emails and the tablets, right? We don't stand on one leg. This time is so important. It's so important to spend with ourselves and to listen and acknowledge the thoughts and the inner voice that comes up when we're in this moment. And our reading from today's class tells us that there's always going to be doubts. Doubts are going to surface, they're going to happen, they're going to come. And a lot of times they're based on our experience, they're based on our intuition, right? They're based on the thoughts that we have. But that doesn't mean that we always have to listen. In life and yoga, it's about finding balance. I always feel like I'm always working towards that balance, right? And then you feel like maybe I'm feeling really good, really balanced, and then something comes up and it throws you off and you got to rebalance again, right? Finding that balance between listening to the doubt and pushing it aside. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love, lots of respect. Namaste. Good, how are you?